All right, guys, what's going on? David with Miracle Canine Training. We are out here with another DIY video. This is going to be another kind of trick one. A little bit more real world than the last one that we did on the sit versus the down. This one is going to be on sending your dog to the bed from afar, right? Now, I'm using one of my dogs, Vinny, for this. This is something else I haven't spent, outside of my house, I haven't spent a ton of time working on this, right? So really with my dogs, my criteria is if I'm within like 20 feet or so and I say bed, I want them to understand getting onto it. But what we're going to do is we're going to see how far we could push this boundary and how I incrementally kind of build this command of sending to the bed from afar, utilizing the communication we already have established, which is no, right? So incorrect choice, e-collar correction, as well as food, so good, our reward for that. And we're gonna see how quickly we can start to develop this. Now, one little caveat here with Vinny, I am going to be using a yes mark instead of a good mark. With most of the dogs that you see coming to our facility, we use good, which means that you have to continue holding the position. We're gonna be presenting a reward for you. Vinny, when I was training him, I utilized a yes marker, which is a release mark. So when I say yes, that is going to essentially terminate the behavior. It's going to tell him you're free to get off of the bed and come to me for a reward. One of the benefits of the yes mark with this as opposed to the good mark is you're able to get faster repetitions in. So as I'm increasing distance from this bed, I'm going to not have to come all the way back to him to reward him every single time that I do this, right? So again, prerequisites, lots of food or treats that your dog likes. Have your e-collar set at a low enough level where it's kind of communicative, right? You're not looking for big corrections for this here. Have your marker established, whether you're gonna use good, whether you're gonna use yes, whatever you're gonna use that's gonna mean a reward is coming. And then obviously have your bed and a place you're gonna be working on this. So let's get started. Okay, so first step here is you need to pick a distance that you know your dog is gonna be reliable going to the bed from. If this is a foot away from it, that's fine. If this is 5 feet away from it, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a distance of about 3 or 4 feet away from that bed. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna prime your dog up, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up to that spot. I'm gonna say bed, give my command. Once he gets onto the bed, yes. I'm gonna give my reward mark, which means you're free. I'm gonna take my reward and I'm gonna present that here, right? Now, if he did not get on the bed when I worked that here, what I would be doing is I would be marking with no, giving a correction on my e-collar, and then repeating that command again with any sort of help needed. So I'm gonna do this a couple of times. Bed, yes. Bed, yes. Bed, yes. Now you'll notice Vinny is auto downing on this bed here. This is something that you could do if you wanted with your dog. If your dog was a little bit slower and you were looking to build motivation and stuff with it, you could just mark as soon as they get on the bed, like bed, yes. The second forepaws get on it. And what that'll do is just have less criteria that you're kind of holding them to throughout this process, right? And it'll make that process a little bit smoother. Yes. And if they offer it as we're trying to increase distance, I would definitely reward for that here right now. Now, as we're doing this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna incrementally add more distance. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use this line on the ground as my reference point of how far I wanna be able to get this smooth from to start here. So let me walk up to it, bed, yes. The second that he gets on, I'm marking with yes, and I'm rewarding. I'm gonna do that again, walk up to the line, bed, yes. And again, if I wanted to, if he were really smooth as he is, bed, I could wait until he auto downs on it. Yes, before I mark and reward. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna try to shoot for halfway between these next two lines. Bed, yes. And the second he gets onto it, I'm gonna mark with yes, and I'm gonna reward. Bed, yes. And again, the goal here is speed. Bed, when we're trying to increase distance with anything. Wait for that down, yes. The second he stabilizes, I'll mark and reward with that here. And we're trying to keep this as fun as possible. Next, I'm gonna do this following line here. Bed, yes. And we're gonna see how far we can get this here. Bed. Yes. Bed. Yes. Bed. Yes. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to increase distance even more. This time I'm going to go from another half step. Bed. Yes. Now, anytime I increase distance, I'm going to lower my criteria a little bit. You're going to see bed. Let him finish this rep. Yes. You're going to see that I'm not asking for that down just because I want to get him used to going out to it first here. Good job, buddy. Before I ask bed for the full command, which is getting into the down onto the bed. Yes. We'll go even a little further here. This time I'm going to go about a full ways away. Vinny, bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. So this is the first repetition, marked with no. And then I'll help him as far over as I need to. And then the second I see yes, the commitment, I come to a stop. So again, marked with no, gave my e-collar correction, gave help at that point. And only as much help as I need to give. Vinny, bed. Yes. Let's go ahead and keep pushing this a little bit here. Vinny, bed. No. Marking with no. Walking until I see the commitment. Bed. Yes. And then marking and rewarding the second he gets onto it. Now again, you see me raising and lowering the criteria with that down based on how he's doing, right? Vinny, bed. Nope. Bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. Bed. Yes. And then wherever. Vinny, bed. Very good. You can see the gears kind of turning in his head. Yes. Wherever I start to notice issues is going to be where I stay for a little bit. Vinny, bed. Until I start seeing clarity like that. We'll see. We'll give him a minute to work through this. No. Bed. Yes. Again, you see I don't have this e-collar at a very high level. Vinny, bed. Just high enough where I can give some information as needed. Yes. Vinny, bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. Bed. Yes. And we'll see if we can get two good ones here in a row to end on. Vinny, bed. You see the gears turning. This is really challenging. No. Bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. Bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. Bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. No. Bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. Yes. Vinny, bed. Yes. All right. And we're gonna end on that repetition. So one thing I always do is I always make sure I'm ending on a good note with that. I wanna make sure we end with some degree of clarity. Now that was really challenging. Like I said, this is something that this dog, Vinny, come. This is something that this dog, bed, has never really worked on before, right? I've never really spent time with a bed outside, seeing how far can I get him ultimately going to it from or anything like that. I've really only done the criteria of in the house, like I said, about 20 feet away or so right about to there. So that was really impressive. I mean, I would say that was probably about 70 feet, 80 feet away from the bed or so. And he did really great with it. But this is the same protocol that I use anytime that I'm working on sending to the bed in the house as well, right? It's utilizing both ends of the communication that you've established with your dog. You're utilizing your yes, you're utilizing your no, and you're using those things to create more clarity behind any of the commands that you're working on. And, you know, this is a really beneficial trick or command or whatever you want to call it to teach your dog, right? Yes, ultimately, as long as you can walk your dog bed, up to the bed and tell them bed from really close and have them get onto it. That's all you really need, but it's very beneficial to be able to send your dog from the kitchen, to be able to send them from the living room, to be able to send them from the front door. But in order to do that, you have to teach those individual pictures to the dog, right? You know, you sitting on the couch is gonna be a lot different to your dog than you standing right next to it. So making sure you're showing them pictures like that helps to clarify this stuff and helps to create the information that you need in order to work through those things. So give this one a go. Like I said, we're having a little bit of fun doing some stuff with my personal dogs here, showing you guys some tricks you guys can work on at home and how I use this stuff with my dogs. We'll get back into obviously all the other dogs and stuff like that here shortly, but we want to take some time spending doing some videos like this. So if you have any recommendations, obviously let us know. If not, we'll hit you guys with a video tomorrow.